Hey everybody, it is Molly here, Senior Executive Unit Leader with Avon. Normally about this time on Friday nights, we would be having our conference call in our glass of wine. But tonight I decided that I would surprise you, put a little video together for you, and can't promise that I'll do this on all the Friday nights that I'm not with you on the conference call, but when I can, I thought it would be great just maybe touch on a few things and give you guys something special. So I thought we would just make this Friday nights with Molly. So you're either on the conference call, hopefully, on the nights that we have it, or, this way you can listen to this at your leisure, just like you do the conference calls. But, I've been, can you believe how much the Onward group has grown? Oh my gosh. I mean, crazy. Like, we have over 800 people in there. But it just shows me that people are, looking to be a part of something that can help their business or, maybe help them, help their spirits or, some people don't get any recognition in places that they should. We have had some people on the Onward group, not so much my team lately, but the Avon brothers and sisters that are on there. We've had some people who have titled, and I think that is wonderful, and a couple of them had said something about it not being celebrated too much. I mean, I can remember specifically Deb Rose and Jill, of course, titled, and Kimberly titled. I think one was AUL. I think there was two EULs. Some of you I've been following privately in private messages, and when you guys put the information out there that you made these titles, I mean, you might as well be on my team. I was just doing, somersaults, me and my big hair. We was doing somersaults for you in the chair. I think that's wonderful. It's not about whose team you're on. It's about the fact that you did what it took to get it done. Because you didn't give up. I know that Kimberly specifically said that she was an EUL before and had fallen back, and she was she was working her tail off trying to get her E back. So she got her E back on, and now she's in the process of building a team that is truly strong, so she never has to worry about losing that E again. But you know what? When things happen and you do fall back a title or you lose your title, you know what? It doesn't mean you have to give up. It means that if you really liked when you had it, then it's time to get back and do what you need to do to make sure that you get it back again. Okay? And everybody has those struggles. But I think the thing is, what do we do when we have those struggles? To say that when you have your own business, especially with Avon, when most of us have our own families to take care of and things happen in our life, and most of us have other jobs also. I don't. I don't have a job, not anymore. But I do remember when I did. I remember when I came to this business, I had two jobs. And sounds like a dirty word, doesn't it? Job. It is just under broke, as Gary Bledsoe says. I love it. So the deal is that most people do, and you're always trying to figure out how to work it around your life. Sometimes we overcomplicate it, okay? Sure, there's always time, especially when you're in the leadership part of this business, that you should be trying to make time and schedule time to work your business, especially as you want to advance in title. But sometimes I think we make it too hard, and we forget that we are so lucky in Avon products to be able to have our business with us all the time in the form of brochures that everybody knows about. You can put a recruiting flyer in there. You can leave them places. No matter where you're going in your life, whether it's the post office or to a doctor's office or a friend's house or the grocery store, no matter where it is, you can share everything about what you do, whether it's the direct sales part and you're making a new sale, or what can Avon do for somebody else? Sharing the gift of the Avon opportunity. So I want to say to you, don't make it too hard. Don't overcomplicate it. And the other thing that I want to say is this. Stuff is going to happen. Remember, This is all part of your journey. Things are going to happen in your life, in your Avon business, wow, in other people's lives, and you get involved. But what you don't want to do is when the going gets tough in any area of your life, why is it that the first thing that you want to put to the side, that you want to put on the back burner, is your Avon business? Look, if you're really, really serious about making something really big and successful with this company, then you have to choose what you're going to do, whether times are good or times are hard. Okay? And what I mean by that is, if this is just a hobby business for you, that's great. It's okay, because there's a lot of people who treat this like a hobby business, and that's because what they need. They want to do a little Avon and make a little money, and they could be retired. Maybe they already have a part-time job or a full-time job. Maybe they're doing it just for the discount. That's okay. It's all right. But for you who keep professing in the Onward group and all over Facebook and to your friends and to your district that this is what you want to do, that you want to get your S on one day, and you're a unit leader now, you want to get your A on, that's what you want to do. Or maybe you're an advanced unit leader and you want to get your E on and be an executive. It's all good. But I'm telling you, it's not going to happen if you let things get in the way. You have to figure out where Avon comes into your life when things are bad, when things are good, when things are in between, when you're feeling lazy. Seems like when personal problems come up, you go, okay, well, I'm going to put Avon over here because I can get back to that. Now, you can get back to that. You can leave it there. It may not be the same when you get back to it, but you can always pick it up and you can get back to it. We know that. But I'm going to tell you, you know me, I'm pretty darn real. They tell you how it is. You've got to figure out what part of Avon, that when life is going bad, what is it about this business that you can hold on to and you can make it work because maybe it gives you your sanity. Maybe you're like, I don't want to think about what's going bad in my life right now because it drives me crazy and I can't control it. So I'm just going to go out and I'm going to toss books. I'm going to go out and I'm going to deliver some orders. I'm going to go out and I'm going to talk to a few people about what Avon's done for me. And there's a reason that I've chosen to do this. And it's a reason why I've chosen to talk to you about this tonight. My journey has been one with many issues. My story is one that definitely can be told, and a lot of people can relate to different parts of it. The really sucky part about it all is my journey's not over. And right now, although I'm not willing to share what I'm going through in my life, I am going through something else in my life. I am going through something that touches me to the core, that I don't have any control over. I wish I did, because I would just fix it, right? You just want to fix it all. But I don't have that kind of control. But because it's a matter of the heart, you feel like if you keep thinking about it, you're going to go crazy. Well, I've been here before. Doesn't make it any easier the second, third, or fourth time when things happen, but I've been here before. And again, I could talk to all my family about it time and time again. I can sit with Lee and I can just, whip it to death about what I can't do about it. And I could sit and I could cry and I could be upset and I can be mad, or I can figure out what in my life I can take control of. And all those emotions that I have going on right now, what can I throw it into? This is crazy. Everybody knows that I like tossing books, but for the people who know me the best, they know that when I'm out tossing more than 200 or 300 books at a time, They know there's got to be something that is going on with me that I need to take my mind off what's going on in my life. Because when I can grab one of my team members and I can go, come on, bring all the books you got, get them ready. We're going to go on a throwing frenzy. We are going to toss till our arm falls off. They know that I need them. They know that I need to get away from whatever it is that's going on with me, and I need to concentrate on something that I have control of. And I have control over bonding with my team for those who want to. I have control over going out and getting more customers or doing what I need to do to bring the customers in and to bring the recruits in. And I get out there and we open the windows and I put my Avon hat on and Lee is bringing those books up from the back of the Avon mobile. Roxy is all weighed down with all them books. And suddenly when we start talking about Avon and laughing about things that our team members have done or celebrating with ourselves about what they've done that's wonderful or share what I've seen on Facebook that people have done and, oh my gosh, we've got to do that, Linda. We got to put that into works. Then suddenly I'm not so deeply into my own depression and my own worry about what I cannot control. I'm telling you, if you practice certain things in your life when times get hard, I'm telling you, you need to make Avon a rock that whether it's going and setting up a table and working with one of your teammates, whether it's getting on the phone and contacting your customers to make sure those sales are up. Sometimes Avon can be your sanity through the bad times. Don't just make Avon about the good times. Because the way to weave this business into everything that we do, into everything that happens, I can remember, if you guys remember reading on Facebook a few weeks ago, my son, who's a police officer in Charles County, was in an accident responding to a call. And it was rainy and everything that day, and he lost control of the car and it hit a tree. And thank goodness, he's okay. He's not back to work yet, but he's going to be fine. But I can remember when I got to the emergency room, and it's like the second trip to the emergency room with him since he's been an adult, okay? Both work-related accidents. And I can remember thinking, oh, God, here I am again, waiting to hear, what are they going to come out of the emergency room and tell me? And I looked down at my bag, right? My bag I tell you guys about that I have everything Avon, my samples and my brochures and my recruiting flyers to pin on boards and, anything that I need for the Avon, it's there. And I looked down and there are those 7 or 8 brochures that I have that are always in my purse that say, take me, I'm free on the front of them with all my information. And what was different about this time than the last time is the last time I hadn't been in Avon as long, so I hadn't been able to practice this. Practice how Avon should just fit when things go wrong sometimes. I looked down and my mind went into, wow, I could put some brochures out here. Suddenly, my mind was off the problem because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go back. I didn't know how he was or how he wasn't. But, you sit there as a mom and you drive yourself crazy. Suddenly, Avon, I'm looking around and there's all these people sitting in there, and some are in there just sitting in emergency because they're there for different reasons, and some are there because they're sick, but some are there because they're there for tests or this or that, and there's no Avon books around in this hospital. Shame on them, but there weren't. And I just started going around and handing the books and putting them to people. And, I had the samples there. And when I turned around, here came the nurse to tell me that they had gotten him in and they were sending him up for a few tests, but he was going to be okay. Here came the lieutenant to let me know that he had seen him and that he was good. He was good, nothing life-threatening, but it was all right. And in the meantime, there was a lady talking to me there, not just about how she loved Avon. And again, you don't realize it when you're doing it, but immediately I'm like, man, I get home and I think, man, it's really great that I can use Avon and work my business when things are bad, but because it's a part of me and it's a part of what I do, it never feels like work. It's just who I am. I'm the Avon rep. I'm Molly, the Avon lady, and it just goes with who I am now. It's like part of my name. But what I realized when I got home and knew that Earl was going to be okay is, I picked up a couple of customers from leaving those brochures at the hospital. But I worked my business and it was during an emergency. But it helped me keep my sanity. So I don't know if you're following me here, and I'm not going to tell you this comes all at once, but I realize that we are very lucky because most people who have a job, they're working their job and they're worrying about their job. But if they're not at their desk at their job, or sometimes they don't even have any say about it because it's all about what that person above you is doing. It's all about that person who tells you what you should do when you should do something else. But no, you have to do it their way. But there's a better way. But when you have an Avon business, you can do it any way you want to do it. Do it any way you want to do it. Fast, slow, in between. Use it for the good things. Use it for the bad things. Use it for everything. So, right now, like I said, there's something going on with me. And I'm becoming a pro at this, using the business to keep my sanity. Using the business to say, Molly, when you don't have any control over what's going on right now, then take the control that you have and use it for the better. Use it for the better. Use it for the better. Because Avon's something that can help everybody's world, whether you bring them in as a customer, whether you bring them in as a teammate. You have something to offer. You have something to offer. If you're at the post office, if you're at the doctor's office and your poor kid has got, an earache, whatever it may be, and you are able to not necessarily sit there and work your business, but how great is it as an automated thing? Oh, I've got 2 brochures. Let me go ahead and leave them. You have planted a seed. It's not always about sitting there waiting for the seed to grow into a tree. It's about the fact that you plant the seed. Okay, so I hear you saying that you're having a tough time. Life is hard. How am I going to get through it? I can't tell you that. I wish I had, even as an SEUL, that magic thing for you, but I don't. But I can tell you that where your business is concerned, you cannot let everything get in the way. You have to know what the desires of your heart are and what you want to do with this and why you're doing it. You have to lead by example. For those of you who do have teammates underneath you, you think they don't watch you. They do. And if you're on Facebook, they watch you all the time. Believe me. I want to tell you, don't just hang in there. Because just hanging in there is not going to move your business forward, okay? You can hang in there, but move onward. Wonder where I get that from? Onward? Don't just hang in there. Hanging in there is going to keep you right where you're at or moving you 2 steps back. And I don't want that for any of you. I want your businesses. I want to hear about the successes. And look, it's not always the successes. You're going to hit the bumps in the road. We all know that. We talk about them all the time. But you can't sweat the little stuff sometimes. We talk about how orders don't get to people on time and how Avon makes a mistake, with pricing and this and that. Guys, that's the small stuff. And by the way, I would love to tell you that Avon Products is perfect. It is not. And if you're waiting for that, good luck. They're going to make mistakes. But your team is going to follow your lead. And if Avon makes a mistake and you pick up the phone or whatever and you call and they get it right, isn't the end result the most important thing? It's the end result. if you really love what you're doing, you're going to realize that they're not going to get it right all the time. And believe me, they're not doing enough wrong right now that makes me want to leave this business. That's for sure, because they're still my bread and butter. And my team performs well even through the little stuff that we wish that we could change. So endlessly, things are going to happen. Your journey is going to keep going on, okay? But I want you guys to hang in there. I want to tell you that that when we get on our next call, that we are going to be talking about leading by example. Leading by example. That's a hard one. Even for me, that's a hard one sometimes, because we know what we want to do sometimes, but when you lead by example, you can't always do that, okay? So we're going to talk about how to lead by example, how to figure out what your example is going to be. I'm not going to tell you what you need to be as an Avon representative, because you know what? What I am is what I am. My example that I lead, oh God, so many of you are following it. That's scary. My example is what I truly believe is important for me to do for my team. I'm not going to tell you that my example is what you need to set for your team. I'm telling you that there are certain things that are important to me, and what I'm going to do is put out to you what is important to me, and then you're going to kind of figure out your own list of what's important to you, and you're going to be really surprised how some things, especially in this Avon business, some of our important values just mesh like this. Yeah, because some of us have the same values. But what we forget sometimes when we're going forward is we have these values, but we are responsible to lead by example if we expect our team to follow those same values in business. Because we know that if it worked for us, then it can work for them. Okay? So we're going to lead by example. And then that we are going to talk about the 845 thing. Remember that? How to turn a $300 order into $845. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about that. Matter of fact, real quick, I'm going to show you something, okay? Let me see if we can do this the right way. Let's see here. So, what does it take to have... Okay, so, can you see this? Wow, is that backwards, or where is that? Y'all can't see that, can you? Hold on. Alright, let's see here. Dun dun dun. Alright, I'm trying to figure this out. Hold on. Okay, there we go. See? Ta-da! Okay, so, look here now. $300 order. How do you get a $300 order? You get a $300 order, okay, by doing what? $25 order from 12 people. Do you see that? A $300 order, that's what I try to sit down. I don't sit down with my new representatives and say, let's figure out how to get a $100 order. I don't do that, okay? I say, you want a $300 order, okay? You're going to need 12 customers or more, but 12 is all it takes. And the average order is $25, so you need to find 12 customers. And when they say, how do I do that? I say, pull out your phone. How many contacts do you have your phone? Do you realize I have never, ever had anybody with less than 100 contacts between Facebook contacts and who they already have in their numbers? Everybody has at least 100 people. They just don't think about writing them down on the list. So I always start with their phone, okay? So they have $300 orders if they get this. So I say, you want to turn this into $845. If I could show you how to do that, would you like to do that? Of course, they're like, oh my gosh, yes. So this is what I tell them. Okay, well, if you want to do that, Now, let's just say that you have a $300 order, and let's just say we know that they can do the whole 20% item things, but let's just say everything was our 40% products, all our basic needs. Let's say it was deodorant, shampoos, perfume, all of that. Let's just say it was. Well, if it is, then what's going to happen is, let me write this down here for you. If your first order is $300, then what's going to happen is you are going to owe Avon $180. Okay? You're going to owe them $180. Great. We are going to owe Avon $180. You see that? We're going to owe Avon $180. So what's that mean? That means that basically, give or take a few dollars, that means that they are going to make $120 order. So do you want to stop there at $120? Do you want to stop there? Well, no, you just said that I could make $845. How can I do that? Okay, well, I'm going to show you. What we're going to do is we are going to you're going to pick 3 people you're going to talk to. 3 people just like you from those 100 people you have on your phone. And what you're going to do is you are going to give them the gift of the opportunity. Now, when you give 3 friends the gift of the opportunity and they do what you're doing with the $300 order, what's going to happen is you are going to get $25 for each of those people. So when you do that, we are going to add an additional $75, and then what's going to happen? Then you're going to make, you see the 75? You're going to be up to $195. Oh my gosh, do you want to stop there? No, Molly, you told me $845. That's good, but that's not all I want to make, okay? But let me tell you what else is going to happen. Because you bought those 3 people in a certain amount of time, Avon is going to give you what is called a bridge bonus, because they say, wow, you're awesome. You are totally awesome. So we are going to give you an additional $100. And when we give you an additional $100, all right, then what's going to happen is you are going to be at $295. Bam, just like that, okay? You're like, wow, okay, and that was just with 3 friends. Well, what else do I have to do, Molly? Well, the next thing you're going to do is you are going to find 2 more friends, people that you run into, people you know. You know that out of 100 people we're talking, this is just 2 more people. So if 2 more of those people do what you're doing and the other 3 people did, then what's going to happen is you are going to make an additional $50, which is going to bring you to, get this, $345. That's looking real good, right? Okay. Well, once that's done, you, the 5 people, if together in a campaign, you all put in $1,200 combined. Now you got to realize that's easy. Now you're already doing $300 orders or more. By this time, you could be doing $400 or $500 orders. Okay. Now your order's got to be at least $200. But between those other 5 people, it doesn't matter if one has $100, one has $300, one has $400. If all 5 of those people put in an order in the same campaign, okay, and you put in an order of at least $200 or more, which gives you a combined thing. Now think about it, 6 of you at $1,200, that's easy to do. If they do that, Avon is going to turn around and Avon is going to give you a $500 bonus for doing that. And then what's going to happen? You are going to make $845. Now, do you want to make $845? Wow. And they are like, wait a minute. Dude, 5 friends? Okay, that's all I got to do. And remember, we didn't say go out and find some people. We didn't say go recruiting. We didn't say bring them into leadership. We didn't say any of that. We didn't use any of those bad words. We said $300 order. And again, I make that kind of a must. You should be looking at a $300 order, because a $100 order, they're not going to make hardly anything. So, okay, so I said $300 order, okay? And then how are they going to get the $300? 12 customers at $25. And you know as well as I do, some people put in more than that. They may not need 12 people. But I set the expectation that they need a $300 order because I am in this and they should be in this to make the money. So to make the money, they're going to have a $300 order or more. We hope that they walk away with close to $120. Now, are all of them going to do this? No. You want to know the truth? Probably about 20% of them may do this whole thing. Okay? 20% may do this whole thing, but this is what's cool. Most of them can do this. A lot of them can do this because if those 3 people and you're helping them to train those people and you've already put this 300 in their head, now they're telling them they can do it, they know they can do it, and they're helping them find their 12 people to order from them. There you go. By the time you get done, you got 3 people. If they're putting in $300, that's $900. This other person, there's $1,200 right there. You're already working on the $1,200 for unit leader, and you still got 2 more people to bring in. So you have to make it doable to them. You have to look at this. And look, I have this on a paper that I give them in the Avon Bible now. But when I sit down, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to put this down now. Let me show you. Now, this is, again, exactly what I just went over. We call it the napkin presentation. And this goes through the whole thing on paper. Okay? I'm going to end up giving this to you. But look, this came from a field training manager, Angel Rodriguez. He works with our division. Has worked with us numerous days. He showed us this on a napkin, which is why he calls it the napkin presentation. This man is a genius. Now, we had Marianne down in Coastal Division present Angel's napkin presentation on the slide down there, and the girls and the guys were like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So this is a way to show them. Now, I've got 2 people working on this, but I have to tell you something. I've had 1 person already do this. Yeah. Deborah Clemmy, who is actually one of my unit leaders now up in the Delaware area. She has done this. She has done this. Do you hear me? She has done this. $500 bonus, everything. Don't believe that it can't happen, because it can happen. They can do it. Now, did everybody do this? No, but what I like is some people, they end up getting the 75 or the 100, or sometimes they don't get the $100 bridge bonus because maybe that's not done in that time frame. But the point is, if they're getting the 5 people, or maybe sometimes they bring in more than that, especially if you go out and show them how to set up tables and events and you end up getting prospects and you end up signing them up. The biggie down here for $500, they end up making that. Let me tell you something. This is awesome. But when I go over it with them the first time, I don't show them this. All they see is the back of the paper, and I write it. When I say, I'm going to show you, would you like to know how to make $845 off of a $300 order that you get from your customers? You know, they're doing the math in their head. They're like, what? Yeah, let me show you how you can do it. It is genius that we are showing them how to share the opportunity with people. You're not saying come out recruiting. You're not saying go into leadership with me. You're just saying share the opportunity. And when you start writing this down on paper with people and you show them, they're like, all you got to do, find your first 3. Come on, go through your phone. Let's go. Find it. Are you going to contact them? Would you like me to call you in 2 days? Let me tell you when I'm going to be available, because when you get them, all you have to do is call me, and we're going to sit down together with them, and we're going to get these people started in their own Avon business. And girl, you're going to make bonus money when they perform. Now, I'm very honest. I tell them, it's not all guaranteed, but if they perform, it is. Now, we know they only have to perform with $100, but again, we're the ones who set the stage for where are we helping them set their goals. If you start telling them that all they can do is put in a $100 order, that's all they're going to be looking for doing. So I don't do that anymore. And he was right when he said, why are you setting their goals so low? And by the way, when you only set it for $100, it's absolutely true. You're setting it for you and the $25, and that's all you're setting it for. if they're doing more and they're making more, guess what? They're going to stay longer. That's the coolest thing in the world, okay? So this is going to be the napkin presentation, okay? I am going to get it on and download it sometime here in the next weekend, but I want to see how many are watching this video and how many start asking me for the napkin presentation. That's what it needs to say in the Onward group. Molly, where is the napkin presentation? I will tell you this. In order for me to put the napkin presentation on the site and upload it, in order for me to do that, I have to get 50 people out of the 800 who requests the napkin presentation. So the first person who says, Molly, we need the napkin presentation, we need 50 likes underneath that, which means 50 people have to watch this video in order to know what it is. Then I will put this up so that you guys can actually take this and start practicing it, but not until then, because we want to see how many people are watching Friday Nights with Molly when they are not on the Friday night calls drinking their wine coolers with me. I just want to see how many are excited about maybe trying this and see if it works. And by the way, it may not work for you. I'm not telling you you have to do this, but I have been getting some success off this with the Believe in Your Success bonuses and giving them something else to work for and kind of showing them the leadership thing without making it about leadership, because then we're offering the opportunity and showing them how they can make some money. So it's become very, very profitable for them and for me and for my leaders, which are good, who are using it. Okay, so I want you to do that. I want you to have a great weekend. Let me know if you like getting these on Friday night, because if you do, I'll do my best to try to keep doing it for you when we're not doing the conference calls. I'll be putting up the conference call real early, probably next week, so that you guys can start planning for it on Friday night. I kind of miss talking to you. I just don't want to definitely say I can do that every Friday night. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I will talk to you soon. And never forget, onward, onward, no matter what. Talk to you soon. Bye.